Okay guys, this is Woody with Woody's Trapping. We're down here in the shop today. I want to go over a few things with you on making snare holders. I was watching one of the meat trappers videos there the other day, and he had some fiberglass rods, fiberglass electric fence rods that he had picked up at the Tractor Supply. And I'm about 30 miles from Tractor Supply, so I got to looking around the shop to see if I had anything that I could make a stand out of. Well, I come up with these. This is a tent rod. It's a fiberglass tent rod that I had some tents that have long since rotted away. So I saved these rods, and they're fixing to come in handy. Now what I did, I went ahead and drilled a couple of holes in the end, as you can see right here. Okay, on the other end, I lined this hole, lined this up, and drilled another hole here about 6 inches from the end, and you'll see why in just a minute. Now, I've cut a piece of 9-gauge wire, and as you can see right here on the end, you make a U like this that'll fit down into these holes. If I can get them started here. Okay. Alright, as you can see, it fits down in like this. Okay, what you want to do is take your hammer and tap this down. Let's see if I can get focused here on my vise. You want to tighten your vise to just before it gets tight on your rod. What do I do with my hammer? Hold on, let me get my hammer. Okay, we're back. God, I had left my hammer over there. What you want to do, you want to tap this down so it falls in place. Use light taps where you won't bust your rod. And once you get it in, get it tapped down, it'll look like this. Alright, this sticking out, you want to take your pliers. You want to bend this back toward your rod. Okay, you can take your hammer, kind of tap that down. This is what you'll wind up with. See how this is back out of the way? Alright. And the hole down here at the bottom, I've got about a 12-inch piece of 9-gauge wire. This is going to go through the hole in the bottom. And what you want to do is about half this up, and then you want to bend it down. Like this. Once you bend that down, you can kind of work with it and get it lined up. Almost looks like a frog gig or a fish gig. What the purpose of this right here is if you hold it steady and even, drive it in the ground, and it stabilizes your rod. So when you got your snare on the end of it, if something hits it, it won't be turning sideways, moving out of the way. It stabilizes it. Now, if you watch Red Green, he'd figure out a way to put some duct tape on this to hold it in place. But I ain't got sense enough to figure that out yet. Okay, you see what we got now. This is the rod. This is the bottom. Once you put this in the ground, then you can set up your snare on the end of it right here. Okay, I've got one set up out here. Let's see if I can get this, and we'll go out and I'll show it to you. Alright, if you can see this, hopefully you can. This is the rod. I got it drove in the ground. You can see the stabilizer on it. Your rod, this is your 9-gauge wire, runs out. And you got your snare that fits onto the 9-gauge wire. And as you can see, we got a nice round circle there after we set our snare, so when he comes, he has plenty of room to get his head through there. So hopefully you can get all this, and you can see now on my snares I have a swivel and I have an S hook. This is hooked to about a 6-foot cable, and I have a snap, just a snap ring on it that you can get at any hardware store. Now a lot of times I think the meat trapper fixes his with a anchor on the end of it plus that little snap ring, and you can do that. Okay. Hopefully I got that on film for you, and we'll get back, probably making a snare or something like that. We'll get back on it and see if we can show you some of that. Remember, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever should believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Don't forget to give thanks to God for all the liberties that we have here in the USA. Thank you and have a good day. This is Woody with Woody's Trapping.